Hello everybody and welcome to a quick scrap mechanic video. I wanted to show you guys something that I built over there, but then I noticed this terrain tile over here. I think this is a terrain tile that I've never actually noticed before. It's, I mean, I've seen these rock walls before, but I've never actually seen this dead log that you can walk inside, and I think that's pretty cool. I can't believe I went that long playing the game without ever noticing a terrain tile, and it's still like a new discovery to me, so I think that's kind of funny. Kind of funny and cool. I think that's a good terrain tile. Except for this tree over here. This tree, why are you leaning over? I mean, for a big tree like this, it kind of makes sense, especially if it gets too heavy and it just starts leaning over, pulling its own roots out of the ground. But for a small tree like that, I don't know why it's leaning over like that. Like, I see that it's on a hill, but if you consider that any type of plant life that you plant, they understand gravity and they understand the direction of sunlight. All the trees in the world generally grow upwards. Even if you put plants on a vertical wall, they still grow out of that wall, but then bend upwards to the sunlight. It's weird to see. It's weird to see like a tree is not gonna grow at some random angle. So, well, I guess it must be the same as that tall tree over there, loose foundation or something, and the tree is about to fall over. I don't know. This is not even why I wanted this video. What I want to show you guys today is that I built the magic triangle puzzle. A lot of you have probably seen this before, especially if you've taken geometry class in elementary school. But I went ahead and I built it in Scrap Mechanic to show you, like, I actually think this is a really interesting puzzle. There's no trickery afoot. If you were to see, this is a 5 by 13 area. So both of the areas are 5 by 13, and they're both using the same parts. But then this one down here has a missing square. How is this possible? How is this possible? But I guess I'll go ahead and explain how it actually works. So if you pay close attention, this is a wedge piece down here that is 2 by 5. 2 by 5 wedge. And this large wedge is 3 by 8? 3 by 8. So the way that the magic triangle puzzle actually works is that they're using two different triangles made up of different angles. Even though it looks like you're cutting this 5 by 13 gray area in half, the angles of these lines on top, the slopes, are actually different angles, and it's really hard to tell. So the missing square, the area of one square, is actually spread out through a tiny, tiny sliver of area taken up in this rectangle right here. The hypotenuse of this large triangle is actually hiding the area of one square. But a lot of people are definitely not going to believe that. Even though you're seeing it right in front of you, it's built in physical parts, there's no trickery here. You can take this triangle, remember it's 2 by 5, and then we can go ahead and try to convert it into a 3 by whatever. It's like you multiplied it by 150%, or 1.5 times, right? You need half of 2 added on top of 2 to make 3. So then what happens if you take 5, the length of this triangle, and you times it by 1.5, you're actually supposed to get 7.5. So the large triangle is actually supposed to be 3 by 7.5. But because it's a triangle that is 3 by 8 instead of 3 by 7.5, we actually are going half a block extra here, and then it leaves this entire sliver of area being taken up by this hypotenuse of the triangle. That area is exactly one square. It's actually a really, really interesting puzzle, and I find it fascinating too, because you just rearrange the parts, and you rearrange where this extra area is being taken up. So if you see these black squares, they are right where the giant wedges meet. There's a special corner here. The arrangement of these parts is actually what defines if that missing square is going to be there or not. So these arrangements of polygons are actually a counterpart to one another. You could flip it upside down and weld it into place, and it would fit perfectly. It would fit perfectly into this area. But if you had 2 of these or 2 of those and you tried to fit those together, they're not going to fit together. Now let's go ahead and try to load in with the glitch welder. And we're gonna go record live right now. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I can't even exit the world. What? Scrap Mechanic just dumped 2 gigabytes of memory gone. Where did it go? Right, we're gonna stay here for 10 minutes.
To go even further beyond!
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the tricks to this puzzle using the glitch welder. I think this is actually a great way to show this. Alright, so I'm going to cut off the top triangle here. Here, we're going to glitch weld all of this stuff out of the way for now. Bam. Let's weld it upside down so that it takes up the other half of the gray area. And you're gonna see real quick, bam, and you're gonna see just like that the two different arrangements of these parts are actually two halves of the same whole. You actually need this missing square here because the angle of these triangles are not the same. So let's go ahead and prove that by trying to weld the same kind of triangle on top of each other. We're gonna take two of the same arrangement, and then we're gonna glitch weld these to show you how they're different from one another. Two of the bottom arrangements, right? Each one of them has a missing square. You're gonna see pretty quickly where the missing square is because these arrangements are actually glitched into each other. They actually need more space than what the other side is giving to them. And you can see this is where the missing square actually is. It's this tiny, tiny sliver of area all equal to one square. Let's go ahead and show you what happens when you take two of the top arrangements and you flip one of them and you try to weld them together. The square is filled up on the top arrangement, right? And that's because it's missing. It needs less area than the other area actually gives it. So this is where you can see where that missing square actually went. When you arrange the parts in this way, you're actually getting an innie, not an outie. So if each of these arrangements are slightly inwards in their slope, you're gonna get this missing area. And in this one, the arrangement has an outie. So that's where the missing square actually is. And I find it amazing. I find it amazing that just a different arrangement, you get exactly a perfect square and exactly these lines lining up. That's pretty cool, and that's really all that I wanted to share with you guys today, was just nerding out on some elementary school geometry. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be sharing any of this stuff on the workshop, and that's because I'm using a special mod pack. This is the Polygons 3.0 preview. Now you might have noticed these blue RGB polygons on the workshop before, and these are the exact same polygons, except that the mod on the workshop is an optimized pack of the exact same polygons. They only go up to 4x4x4, or in this case you can see 4x3x2. You can get any size in between, any combination of the sizes. But this pack has the full set all the way up to 16x16x16, for any of the polygons. So in total, just this one pack of polygons has over 40,000 parts in it. So trying to load this in your game is actually a terrible experience. You have terrible wait times. It literally kills your RAM just to play this world, just to load into this world. I'm not even doing anything in this world, right? I'm not doing a dang thing in this world. Just to have the parts in your inventory takes up 2 gigabytes of your RAM. It's ridiculous. It's alright. It's alright. My web browser has taken up twice that. So anyway, that's why I'm not going to be able to share this on the workshop, at least not yet. We're going to see what Chapter 2 is doing with the scalable parts in the game and how that's going to be changing some of the mod stuff. But yeah, I think this magic triangle puzzle is a really interesting bit of geometry. And if you didn't know how it works, maybe you do now. I'm not sure if I'm a good teacher, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. That's really all that I had to share with you guys for today, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one for something else. Probably something a lot more cooler than just a triangle.